YouTube Battle Community, Beach Boys fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens. We're here today for a review of the Beach Boys' unofficial release, Live in Paris, 1969. If you're not familiar with the rhythm and blues label, they've been around for a few years now, to my knowledge, maybe longer than that, but they specialize in putting out unofficial releases, fan club imports, if you will. And this one is right up there with some of my favorite ones from this label. This is the Beach Boys in 69 in Paris. It's a very famous show, and I would say famous show because it's on YouTube, so a lot of us have seen it. If you've watched that show, here's the recording of it. I don't think this particular recording came exactly from that show. Some of the videos up there now have a slightly different audio quality than this one does. This one still does have that guy in the audience with a microphone and a tape recorder kind of feel, but it's fun. As a historical document, it's really exciting. It's fun to hear the guys having a good time. I know some of you are looking at this cover and being like, hey, Giggens, that's from Top of the Pops 1970. It is. But, you know, this was the tour where they were supporting their 2020 album, which had come out in January of 1969. And this deep into their year in 69, they were doing so well in Europe and England. The charts were just loving the Beach Boys. In America, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't make anything move. But in England and all over Europe, they were massive celebrities. So, for instance, the 2020 album went to number 3 in the UK. All right, number 3, number 68 in the US. Just for some context for you. The unbelievable classic I Can Hear Music was a number 10 hit in the UK. Number 24 in the States, which is still solid. Top 40 hit. That's great. And then the truly incredible Breakaway, number 6 in the UK, a massive hit for these guys, a massive top 10 hit in the UK that to this day is probably one of their more recognized songs. In America, number 63. Number 63. Really kind of forgotten here in the States. Never performed by the Beach Boys these days. And if it has happened, it's extremely rare and I don't know about it. But yeah, this song kind of disappeared to time in America. And I bring up this context because the Beach Boys in other parts of the world were so massively successful. But in America, Capitol didn't know what to do with them anymore. And audiences had changing ideas of what they thought was cool by the mid to late 60s. So by the time you get to the Friends album, the steam that had been there for Good Vibrations and even a little bit of Heroes and Villains had completely disappeared by the end of 67 and into 68. The interest was kind of gone, and the music that was coming out at that time was far out and spacey and hard rock. You have the Jimi Hendrix Experience, you have the Cream, The Who, and then you put out a Friends album, which is just this calm, beautiful, cute little album. And a lot of people were probably like, what the hell do we do with this? To which the Beach Boys said, all right, well, how about another surf song? And then Do It Again came out, which was a massive worldwide hit. So they got back in the charts with that one. And then by the end of the year, started putting things together for what became the 2020 project, which was a lot of things they had hanging around. They just had a bunch of other stuff in the vaults that either just needed spiffing up or they came back to revisit. Time to Get Alone is a great example of that, dating back to 1967. So when the Beach Boys were touring for 2020, across the world besides America, people were hungry for new Beach Boys music. They loved what they heard, and they were excited by it. And these shows were selling out all over the world except for America. So this example, this concert is a great example of the excitement of being at a Beach Boys show in 69, somewhere else besides the US, and feeling that energy. If you have the Live in London CD or record or tape, however, whatever format you have it on, it's pretty much a similar set list, bar for a few songs, of course, but that excitement bleeds over into this record for sure. And I like this album a lot, not only because it's cool, it's a great cover, it's a great package. I mean, they nail the packaging on this thing. It's seriously top-notch stuff, but you get some unusual songs for its time. They did a medley at this time of Warmth of the Sun, Don't Worry Baby, Please Let Me Wonder, Surfer Girl, and In My Room. And it's a really carefully arranged medley. It's not just a bunch of ideas thrown together. They play a little bit of the guitar intro to Warmth of the Sun, it picks up a bit, and then it falls into Don't Worry Baby. And same, I really love the outro of Surfer Girl into In My Room. And, you know, Bruce doing Please Let Me Wonder lead vocal. It's a very captivating listen. I Get Around is the very famous or infamous one with Mike going, "Arr!" doing car sounds in the beginning of the song. So you get to hear that on vinyl now. Side 2 is where things pick up and get extremely current for its time. They open with Breakaway, and this was recorded on the day Breakaway came out as a single, so it was a brand new song. And it's just fun to hear them do this, that you can hear the hunger in their performance. They're like, all right, we got this great new song, let's show it off. Followed up by Nearest Faraway Place. Very cool to hear Bruce do his thing by himself. You get Al doing Cotton Fields, which was brand new at this time as well. Then you get Barbara Ann, God Only Knows. Their Hearts Are Full of Spring, you know, the chorus, everybody's doing this one. Good Vibrations and Johnny Be Good. It's a fun show. They're having a great time. And one thing that's really interesting, the end of side 1, Do It Again, at the very end of that, you hear chatter with the guys on stage talking to the audience, and they're mentioning how Murray is in the audience. And then they're like, say, hi, Uncle Murray, or hi, you know, Dennis's dad, or Al, what's he, you know. It's pretty funny. And then side 2 opens up a Breakaway, but knowing that Murray was there is very interesting as well. This release does have some nice little liner notes in the back, kind of explaining the lack of popularity in the States of the Beach Boys at this time, and kind of how over the years those late 60s albums have had a complete reassessment by fans and the music community at large. I love that it specifies mono because, like, yeah, this probably got ripped from somewhere. Very mono-ly. Let me show you the inside here. So the inner sleeve is wonderful. It's a little die-cut inner sleeve with all these other records you can buy. And it's got the picture of the Beach Boys one right there, but really, really nice setup for all these cool albums you could pick up on their website. You know, there's Jimi Hendrix, there's Who, The Love and Spoonful, The Animals, Fleetwood Mac, Stones, Faces. They're all here. And just a simple black record, but it is a shiny, look at that shine. It's a shiny record. Brand new shiny record. So yeah, I really enjoy this release. It's kind of nice to have the audio just on its own in a really beautiful package. So you're not you're not stuck watching the video. I mean, the video is great to watch because you can see the guys in their white suits. Mike's got the white long robe going at this point. You know, it was a good look for the group at the time, and they're having fun. It's good to see the excitement on their faces as they're really enjoying themselves playing this stuff. But if you want to just hear the record itself, this is a great pickup. But regardless, the group at this time, you got the Captain with Daryl Dragon, you got Ed Carter, Mike Kowalski, and of course all the Beach Boys, sans Brian. But also there's flipbacks. So if you're a fan of the 60s flipback look in England, check this out. So that's it. It's kind of hard to give this thing a score because I would say this is more interesting for historical purposes than anything else. Obviously, you're going to sing along to it and enjoy it, but when you first put it on, you're like, wow, this is kind of a crummy recording because it's from 1969. It's not going to sound amazing for a live show where it probably was one guy with a microphone, his little tape recorder under his jacket. So who knows where this recording originally came from. Or maybe it just ripped off the audio from the video. For the historical purposes of documenting this band and how important they are to pop culture, I think it's really great that we have this thing available to put on our turntables. So with that, for the fun, unique, historical context, 10 out of 10. Easily 10 out of 10. Sound quality, it's not the best. But if you can look past that, if you've heard the BBC stuff from the Beatles, you're going to love this. It's the same thing. So there you go. My name is Giggens. This has been the Beach Boys live in Paris, 1969. Yeah, unofficial release, but a very, very nice release. Really well done. Lovingly put together by the team at Rhythm and Blues. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this thing. If you've heard this album specifically, or if you've watched that Beach Boys in Paris 1969 concert, let me know what you think about that as well. But yeah, curious to hear your thoughts. My name is Giggens. This has been the Beach Boys live in Paris. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.